Hi, I'm Bert from Heart Horse Dressage, and thank you very much for tuning into my channel. I think Wonky's definitely pleased to see you all. Today we're going to talk about the school rules and the little tricks and tips to make it easier to ride with other people in the school. The first thing everybody knows when they first start to learn at riding school is we ride left shoulder to left shoulder or left to left. That is probably the most basic rule. It's a bit like in the UK we drive on the left, in Europe we drive on the right, but everybody knows you're going to expect other riders to come past you on your left hand side. Good girl. So I'm riding on the outside track. We pass left to left. My horse has lots of room. My horse is not being pinned to the wall by Tina. It's generally accepted that you give way to lateral work. But what you mustn't do, if you are the rider doing the lateral work, is suddenly decide you're going to do lateral work so you own the track. I've seen it many a time. They're riding on the right rein, another horse comes towards them, and they go, aha, I'm doing shoulder in, so you can't move me. That is not fair on the other riders. And any lateral work you do needs to be obvious. If you expect other riders to get out your way, they need to be able to see what you're doing. So now I'm going to go into a leg yield. I would expect that would be fairly obvious to another rider that I'm riding a leg yield. So again, I'm on the left rein. Tina's going to come a little bit off the track, give me a little bit of space. I'm going to go down my track in shoulder in. So that's your first rule. That's generally fairly easy, but there are some other rules that also affect how you ride in the school. Namely, the first rule is you always knock, look, wait, make a sound, do something so that other people know you're there when you're going to open the door. So you don't suddenly open the door into a horse that's coming past, and you don't scare a horse and say, if someone's got a loose horse in the arena, they can say, whoa, hang on a minute, wait, let me catch this horse, before you suddenly arrive into the training area. So whether you say door, or whether you say I'm coming in, or hi, hello, I'm here, is it okay if I come in? You need something to say I'm coming into the arena. And also when you leave, it's really good manners to say to the other riders in the arena, I'm going to leave now, is that okay? I'm going to be opening the door. It just means that if you're on a young horse, you might go up the other end away from the door so you don't follow the rider that's leaving out. And it just keeps everybody a little bit safer if you have a little bit of an idea what other people are doing. The school rule that gets really neglected, which to me as a dressage rider is a major bugbear, is people walking on the track. Don't walk on the track. You don't need to walk on the track. It's not left to left, it's don't walk on the track. You stay out of the way of the other horses that are working at a higher pace. You don't move to the side if you're, shush wonks, good girl. You don't move to the side if you're trotting and a horse comes towards you and canter, but if you're walking, you get out of the way, you get off the track. You try to stay so you're not interrupting the lines that the horses that are working in the higher paces are doing. So if someone's trotting a circle, try not to break their circle apart while you're walking, especially if you're on a long rein, not doing a lot. Walk away from the track, that's absolutely fundamental. So I want to do a walk transition. First of all, I have to think, is my horse prepared? First of all, I have to think, is my horse prepared? I have to think, where are the other horses in the school? I'm going to do a walk transition. Where are the other horses in the school? Is there anyone up behind me? No. Where are the other horses going? Am I likely to crash into them if I suddenly slow down? No, I know where they are. I'm going to ask my horse to steady, steady, and walk. I walked on the wall because I'm nowhere near another horse. But then I come off the wall. I stay out of Tina's way because I'm walking. She's working her horse, so now is my job, even though I'm walking and I'm relaxing, is to make sure I don't get in her way. And the one that goes with that is, if you've got a friend in the arena and you're having a nice walk around together and you're having a chat, don't form a rolling roadblock around the arena. It's less of an issue at the moment with lockdown, but try really hard not to form a block that stops other people being able to actually flow around the arena by walking, having a nice little chat with your friend, side by side, lounging about. Maybe if you really want to do that, walk one behind the other. But when you're side to side, you form quite a large space within the arena. So that is a definite hindrance to other people. I'm going to show you what I mean by a rolling roadblock. Here, Tina and I are going to be an arena hacking rolling roadblock. We're going to discuss our dinner, what we did last night, and be completely unaware of anyone else who happens to be in the arena. We're not going to stay far enough off the track that another horse can get through between the wall and Oakley. We're just going to make ourselves as wide as possible without actually being apart. So we are pretty much as in the way as possible. This is what you want to avoid doing even when you're riding with your friends. See it all the time. You see it at competitions. Riders come out of their test and they see their best friend in the warm-up and they want to discuss their test with them. So they lounge around, filling up as much space as possible while walking, getting in the way. So we try not to do that. If I wanted to talk to Tina and I was in the arena with her, I would come to the inside track. So I'm going to be about 2-3 meters off the wall. And Tina and I can hold a conversation. It's not that noisy. We haven't got music playing. We can still have a chat, can't we? Yeah, we can still talk. I might even ride a circle, so I come back towards her. That way, anyone else in the arena can carry on riding. So Tina's going to stay going straight because she's on the inside track. She's walking. She's not getting in anyone's way. I've moved round so I can carry on my conversation, but I'm not forming this wide roadblock around the arena. If you want to stop to adjust your tack, it's a really good idea to not stop on the track, and if possible, try to stop not in the path of the common lines that other people are using in their work. So try not to stop on the diagonals. Try not to stop on the line of the 20-meter circles inside the school. So you're going to be stopped a while. You've got to sort your stirrups out. You've got to sort your girth out, or if you happen to have your bridle on backwards or something crazy, you're going to be there a while. So put yourself in a place where you don't interfere with other horses working. So I want to adjust my tack. I'm going to look for a place in the arena where I am not in the way of the track, the diagonal lines, the door, or Tina. So here is quite a good spot. She can do a 20-meter circle. She can do the diagonals. I'm not on the track. And I can stay here for a pretty long time without getting in the way of her session. Good girl. And even when you're working your horse, good girl, if you're going to be stopping, be really aware of other horses around you in the school. Maybe if you're going to do a trot-halt transition, make sure there's not someone right up behind you, because they're not going to be able to anticipate that you're stopping dead. Usually try to halt off the track, But if you're doing an exercise that requires you to halt on the track, let the other riders know. If you give other riders information, they'll generally try to help you out by not riding up your bum. When you're riding with other horses and you're passing left to left, be careful how close you go. There's been some really nasty accidents where people have managed to clash their stirrups together. You're passing left to left, but you really shouldn't be hitting the other horse with your stick or have the other horse's stick hitting you. Ideally, you want about 3 meters between the horses. You want each horse to feel comfortable and relaxed in the situation. You don't want to feel like they're about to be T-boned. You get a lot of horses that are uncomfortable with other horses passing them because they've had other horses run up really close to them. And you can't blame the horse, you know, it gets tense and then it'll get defensive and then you start having real problems. If you happen to find that you're riding in the same direction as the other horses in the school and you feel like you're getting rather close behind the horse in front of you, if you can see the horse's back feet between your horse's ears, you are plenty close enough. If you can only see up its tail and its bum in front of you, you are way too close. You're much better to turn away than you are to do some kind of overtaking manoeuvre like the Fast and the Furious, because you will inevitably actually end up cutting up the horse that you're trying to overtake. Turn away, turn a circle, turn across the school, change direction. If you keep finding that you end up the bum of another horse, change direction and go in the opposite rein to the horse that you keep finding you're catching up with. That way you'll never catch up with it. You can school most work on both reins. You don't need to stay always on the right rein or always on the left rein. Obviously circles, you can only turn a left circle on the left rein or a right circle on the right rein, but you can change your bend so you can influence the horse as though you're on the other rein while you're riding the rein that you kind of feel like you need to stay on. I'm going to change across the arena, but I'm not going to ride straight at Tina. I am going to put myself so I'm a little bit behind her. Oakley goes a little bit slower than my horse, so I'm going to go, oh dear, I'm getting a bit close. I'm going to turn away. What I didn't do was cut across her in some kind of crazy Fast and Furious overtaking manoeuvre, where I then ended up riding across her horse's ears. That also feeds into when you're riding circles, when other people are riding circles, try not to cut through their circle. So even if you're thinking you want to go left to left, actually the one riding the circle should maybe be going more on a sort of 18-meter circle, so the circle doesn't quite touch the wall, so the horse that's going large can carry on around going large, doesn't have to suddenly jump to the inside to avoid hitting you on your circle line. And now I'm going to go onto a circle at this end. Now because we're left to left, but I'm riding a circle, I'm going to come to the inside. That way Tina doesn't have to keep trying to cut across my circle, she can carry on around the outside and I can keep riding my circle. One of the hardest movements to ride when you're in an arena with other horses is counter-canter, because counter-canter is by nature quite unbalancing for the horse. You can't suddenly turn tight in any direction. You're moving at a certain amount of speed, so you can't stop dead so easily. So especially on a young horse that's not great at counter-canter, it's really quite awkward riding it in an arena full of other horses. My take on it is if you see another horse counter-cantering in the arena, try to stay clear. Don't shove them into the wall, because if they go deep in the corner they'll lose their balance. Don't suddenly expect them to veer off the course that they're on, because they will lose their balance. Just try to give them a bit of space and let them get on with what they're doing. Don't cut them up. If you're the one doing the counter-canter, pick a time when the arena's not full of other horses, if you possibly can, if it's something you want to work on, and maybe alert the other riders in the arena with you that you're going to be doing counter-canter, so you're not going to be as manoeuvrable as you might be if you were working on other things.